where children were born not for life, but as vessels to keep their mother from aging. The story begins in a large, isolated house deep in the forests of Portugal, where a woman named Amelia lives alone with her twin babies, taking care of them with extreme attention, almost as if she's constantly on edge, afraid something might happen to them. One night, while she's putting one of the babies to sleep in a bedroom, the other twin is left alone in the living room. And that's when two strangers quietly break into the house. Their goal is clear: they came for the babies. They split up immediately, the woman heading toward the living room to take the unattended child, while the man slowly moves toward Amelia, waiting for the perfect moment to act. The woman succeeds without any trouble, picking up the baby and slipping outside, where she waits near a car for her partner to return. But inside the house, things don't go as planned. Just as the man is about to take the second baby, Amelia suddenly notices him. She reacts instantly and chases him, and right before he can escape, something unnatural happens. Her eyes turn completely white, and whatever she does to him leaves him unable to move. Outside, the woman keeps waiting, but instead of her partner, she sees Amelia running out of the house holding one of the babies. That's when she realizes everything has gone wrong. Panicking, she escapes with the baby she already took, leaving her partner behind. Later, she abandons the kidnapped child at Woodland Orphanage so he can at least be safe, before disappearing for good. Years pass, and that abandoned baby grows up to become Edward, who spends his entire life in the orphanage, never knowing who his real parents are. As he grows older, that question keeps bothering him more and more, until one day he finally contacts the orphanage, hoping they might have some information about his biological family. After waiting for a long time, he finally receives a call back. But the answer is devastating. They have nothing. No records, no names, no clues. The news crushes him because the one thing he has always wanted is to find his real family. Later, on his birthday, his girlfriend Riley gives him a special gift, a DNA device called Ancestry, which can find relatives using just a drop of blood. Curious and hopeful, Edward immediately uses it, placing a drop of his blood into the device and waiting for the results. That night, after falling asleep, he wakes up from a strange nightmare, and when he checks his phone, everything changes. The system has found a match. Perfect match. A man named Manuel, which means one thing: he has a brother. Without wasting any time, Edward calls the number, and Manuel answers, confirming something unbelievable. He had a twin brother who was kidnapped when they were babies, and their mother, Amelia, never stopped searching for him all these years. Now, after so much time, they finally found each other. Overwhelmed with emotion, Edward decides to travel to Portugal immediately, and Riley goes with him. After a long journey, they stop on the road to ask for directions from a local woman. But the moment she sees a picture of Amelia's house, her expression completely changes. She becomes cold, almost hostile, and tells them to leave without explaining anything. Confused but determined, they continue anyway and eventually find the house. When they arrive, Manuel is already waiting outside and warmly welcomes them. The reunion between the brothers is emotional, something both of them have waited for their entire lives. Manuel then shows them around the house, which is massive, surrounded by forest, and filled with old portraits and decorations that make it feel both beautiful and unsettling at the same time. One portrait in particular catches their attention, a picture of Amelia, who looks incredibly beautiful. However, they are told they can't meet her yet because she's resting. That night, while Edward is asleep, Manuel quietly enters his room and wakes him up, saying it's time to meet their mother. Edward follows him, and when he finally sees Amelia in person, he feels something strange. She doesn't look the way he imagined. Her face looks altered, almost unnatural, as if she's had work done on it. But despite that, both of them are overwhelmed with emotion, finally reuniting after so many years apart. The next day, everything seems normal at first, but Riley begins to feel uneasy around Amelia. There's something about her presence that feels wrong, even though she can't explain why. Later, Riley overhears a conversation between Amelia and Manuel, and what she hears makes her even more uncomfortable. Amelia talks about becoming young again, and even more strangely, Riley learns that Manuel, despite being an adult, still sleeps in the same bed as his mother. When Amelia suddenly realizes Riley has been listening, Riley panics and quickly leaves. She immediately tells Edward what she heard, but he doesn't seem too concerned. The next day, Riley explores the house and finds a box filled with old photographs. At first, they seem like normal family photos, but the more she looks, the more disturbing they become. The people in the pictures look exactly like Amelia and Manuel, just in different time periods, as if the same faces have existed for generations. Before she can look further, Manuel suddenly appears, forcing her to close the box and pretend nothing happened. That night, Riley hears the sound of a baby crying, even though there shouldn't be any babies in the house. She follows the sound and suddenly sees Amelia, but this time, she looks young, completely young. Amelia grabs her, and Riley wakes up, a nightmare. But when she looks at her suitcase, she realizes something is wrong. It's been opened and neatly arranged, even though she left it messy, which means someone really entered her room. The next morning, Riley goes into the forest and finally gets a phone signal, calling her friend and explaining everything that's been happening. Meanwhile, Edward continues exploring the house and hears a baby crying too. He follows the sound and ends up in a small hidden room, where he finds something horrifying. A man, weak, barely alive, suffering. The shock is too much and Edward collapses. When he wakes up, Manuel is there, calming him down and giving him tea, asking him to relax. But then something strange happens. Manuel begins communicating with him in a way that doesn't feel normal, showing him visions, memories, and disturbing images of Amelia surrounded by lifeless bodies with glowing white eyes. At one point, Manuel even appears as Riley, as if he can manipulate what Edward sees. He calls it a gift, something they both have as Amelia's children. At the same time, Riley searches online and finally uncovers the truth. The house once belonged to a witch, a woman who could regain her youth through a ritual involving her own children. And suddenly, everything starts to make sense. When Riley confronts Edward and begs him to leave with her, his response is cold and distant. He refuses. It's as if he's already being controlled by his family. Heartbroken, Riley decides she will leave alone if she has to. The next day, while Edward, Manuel, and Amelia dance together happily like a perfect family, Riley meets the same woman from before, Vera. This time, Vera tells her everything. Amelia is a witch who has lived for centuries, maintaining her youth through a dark ritual. If she gives birth to a son, she keeps him close as part of the ritual. If she gives birth to a daughter, the child is sacrificed. And if she has twin sons, she must complete the ritual with both of them to fully restore herself. That's why Edward was brought back. She needs him to complete the ritual. Vera also reveals the past. Her daughter and a man named Arthur once tried to stop Amelia by kidnapping the twins. Arthur was Amelia's son, and also the father of Edward and Manuel. He wanted to break the cycle, but he failed, and both he and Vera's daughter disappeared. After learning the truth, Riley rushes back to the house, desperate to save Edward. She convinces him to come with her, but before they leave, Amelia gives Edward a drink. Soon after, he becomes dizzy and returns to his room. There, Amelia disguises herself as Riley while Edward is hallucinating, and begins the ritual. Meanwhile, the real Riley waits in the car and receives a notification revealing something deeply disturbing. Edward's DNA shows abnormal family connections, proof that everything is real. When she tries to escape, she discovers Vera's body in the garage, dead. Then she sees Manuel approaching and assumes he is responsible, so she attacks him and manages to escape. Desperate, Riley searches the house for Edward and discovers a hidden room where she finds Arthur. Still alive, but barely. She can't free him immediately and continues searching until she finally finds Edward with Amelia in the middle of the ritual. Horrified, she waits for the right moment, then pulls Edward away and tries to escape with him. But Manuel returns, and during the struggle, Riley manages to knock him down from the second floor, seriously injuring him. Now everything falls apart. Amelia completely loses control. She grabs a knife and goes after Riley. Riley fights back with everything she has, refusing to give up, and just when it seems like she's going to die, Arthur appears. He sacrifices himself, holding Amelia back so Riley and Edward can escape. They finally make it out of the house, alive, but everything they've seen will stay with them forever. They know they can never go back. But the story doesn't end there, because in the final scene, Amelia has succeeded. She has regained her youth, becoming young and beautiful once again. She gives birth to a baby boy, and continues living with Manuel as if nothing ever happened. The cycle continues, and the curse lives on. If you enjoyed this recap, hit like, subscribe, and don't miss the next story. Trust me, you won't see it coming. Thanks for watching.